Zdravo svima i dobrodošli na večerašnji webinar. Zbog određenih tehničkih poteškoća video prikaz predavačice neće biti moguć. Također večerašnji webinar održavamo na engleskom jeziku, so let's switch to English. So hello everyone and welcome to the third week of the JobFAIR 20 educational program. This is our fifth webinar, and today we will talk about quality assurance with Azure DevOps Services. The speaker is Enisa Kevilj, who comes from the company System Verification. She has a master's degree from the Faculty of Electrical Engineering in Sarajevo. Currently, she works as a Q&A automation engineer at System Verification. She has over 5 years of experience in the IT sector, and most of her career she has been working as a Q&A automation engineer. She says that she has found her profession and that she enjoys to work, especially because it enables her to constantly learn and upgrade her knowledge. You can ask all your questions in the chat, and after the presentation, we will answer them. So, Enisa, the stage is yours.
Okay, thank you, Maris. Can you hear me properly?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Thank you, Maris, and welcome and hello, everyone. As Maris said, my name is Enisa Kevilj, and today I will talk about quality assurance, and I will try to introduce you to the real work of QA engineer with the usage of Azure DevOps Services. As Maris said, I have graduated electrical engineering master's degree at University of Sarajevo. I'm working in IT industry almost 6 years and mostly focused on QA automation. Last 4 years, I work for System Verification. I'm married and I'm a mother of 1 little girl. Okay, agenda for today's presentation. Hope you can see it. Maris, can you confirm?
Yes, but just a second. Yes, now we can see it.
Okay. At the very beginning, we need to say something about basic terms in software development. Then we will give brief explanation about agile concepts. Also, it is important to mention software testing types. Other than that, we will talk about Azure DevOps Services, and the other part of this session is reserved for practical presentation of QA work. Okay. When you Google what is software testing, you will get a very simple explanation that software testing is activity to check whether the actual results match the expected results, and that is activity to ensure that software defect is free. However, QA work is or should be much more than comparing against a specification and requirements. We are people that need to think critically, ask difficult questions, investigate a lot, because a list of requirements is never really met, never really complete. There are always some requirements which are not stated, which are assumed or omitted. Okay, why testing is important? There are 4 main reasons why testing is important. First of them, we can save money, because having testing in a project can save money in the long run. Software development consists of many stages, and if bugs are caught in the earlier stages, it costs much less to fix them. Also, security, the second reason, proper testing can save personal data and other vulnerable data, and also it can even save human lives. The third reason would be product quality. Whole customer experience counts. So even if we have software that behaves correctly, we want to be sure that everything looks good and aligned, application is quick and transparent. And the fourth reason is customer satisfaction. It helps you gain trustworthy clients, which will have great long-term effects for a business. There are some examples I want to show you from recent history. Some top software failures in recent history in Brittany. Okay, let's. Okay, this link is not working. Okay, can you see my screen? I hope you can. For example, in Brittany, it happened in London, Heathrow Airport. 100 flights were disrupted on Sunday, on 16 February this year. Again, British Airways, a lot of flights has been cancelled and delayed. Also, Facebook has had a production issue where users couldn't load their images. This system also in the UK, users lost access to their data. More than 30 million of users, so that's was a very big issue. Also, millions of TSB bank customers were locked out of their accounts. They couldn't take their money, and many others, as you can find here. So software development life cycle is that is the next topic we will talk about, because that is the one of basic terms for every IT professional. This is a process that is supposed to give us possibility to develop the highest quality software in shortest time possible. Precisely, it is a structured flow an organization implements in order to produce a software. These stages are, as you can see here on this picture, requirement analysis, design, coding, testing, deployment, and maintenance. Also, the topic that I said we will talk about is agile concepts. Agile, by definition, stands for a set of values and principles defined in this Agile Manifesto. Agile Manifesto has been written in 2001 by 17 independent-minded software practitioners, and it is written here: individuals and interactions over processes and tools, working software over comprehensive documentation, customer collaboration over contract negotiation, and responding to change over following a plan. All of these actually matters, but the left ones are more important. So in practice, what Agile actually stands for is that whole team approach. All team members are responsible for product quality, so testers, developers, and business representatives communicate with each other early and frequently. There are various frameworks invented based on these principles. The most popular frameworks that you can find are Scrum, Kanban, and XP. All of them incorporate elements of iterative development and continuous feedback when creating an application. As Elisa Crispin said, testers do not sit and wait for work in Agile, as this was the case in traditional waterfall development. In Agile frameworks, testers are trying to contribute from very beginning of SDLC, software development lifecycle. And in order to get some practical example of everything said about Agile, I would like to quickly show what happens in Agile framework called Scrum. According to this setup, team is focused on delivering values in increments for every iteration. It is being achieved by developing small testable units. So at the end of every iteration, there's a small piece of software that in best possible case can be released. Sprints can last for 2, 3, or even 4 weeks, but it's not recommended. Team members of a Scrum team are product owner, Scrum Master, and development team. As you can see here, everyone is responsible for software product quality, and Dev, QA, BA, and architects are working together to achieve that product quality. Sorry. And to compare this type of testing, in traditional testing, from QA point of view, waterfall models and we have two distinct phases in traditional testing, where in this approach, developers are coding, and QA is working for them to finish all their work, and then testers are given time to do testing. That is called also waterfall testing. In Agile, as we have already said, we have continuous process, and during that process, testers provide feedback very often. So that means that we have very high level of collaboration between developers and QA, and since QA is also attending meetings and discussions about new features, we have defect prevention, not just defect detection, as we had here in traditional testing. Okay, and the last thing about testing regarding theory, we have software testing types. It can be very confusing when you Google software testing types, because there could be just a list of numerous terms and definitions in this sense. So that's why I created this diagram, which is not, I'm not able to include all of those terms you can find on internet, but this is very basic. We need to understand before we go to show practical examples of what QA engineer does during their workday. If you take a look in this diagram, you see that testing is classified based on different criteria, and everything gets much more sense. We, during our sprints and product development, we are combining many of these testing types. So based on accessibility, we have black box, white box, and gray box testing. We have different execution methods. We can do testing manually in automated way, or by combination of these. Also, we have testing levels: unit testing, integration testing, system testing, acceptance testing. Also, we have different testing phases. So sometimes we need to do just smoke testing. Then if new feature is developed, we have feature testing, then regression testing, exploratory testing. Also, we can have positive and negative test scenarios. We can have functional, non-functional requirements. So based upon that, we have different functional and non-functional testing. Also, testing stages: alpha testing, beta testing, and I believe there are much more you can find when Googling it. And the last thing I have promised, this is functional testing, almost forgotten that. We will focus today mostly on functional testing, because that is something that I'm usually working on. By definition, functional testing, there is the software system against functional requirements we got from our clients. So we need to check user interface, how it behaves, APIs, database check, security testing, client-server communication. We are doing it manually and also using automation, but as some of people can assume that we cannot automate everything, especially human eye and brain. And automation, as you can see here, cannot replace complete work of QA personnel, but just to extend and help QA to work better and to help them to achieve good testing. And yes, the last thing I have promised that I will cover in this part of theory in this session: Azure DevOps Services. are there to support teams during SDLC in sense of planning, collaboration and code development, and also support us to build and deploy applications. It offers so many significant tools we need when developing some software product. So we have Azure repository, even not just distributed but centralized. Also, we get Azure pipeline support for building our application, our CI/CD support. Also, Azure boards, which stands for Agile Tools for Work Planning and Tracking. Also, we got test tools that we mostly use for testing, and also Azure Artifacts, support for NuGet, Maven packages with pipelines. Okay, this is the everything that is regarding this theoretical presentation. And now I would like to take you through a real workday of QA personnel. Let's assume that I just a second. That I'm working as a QA for a bug hunter application that is currently under development. And this application let me just give me some time to load this. Yeah. Okay, this application has been developed by System Verification and mostly used on JobFAIR, where students could come by to our desk and play this arcade game. It was used, just let me to authenticate this. Okay, the last few years when we attended JobFAIR, students could play this game on our desk, and just by typing this student name and email, the quiz is opened, and we have this scenario, actually some web shop that is a web shop integrated application within this quiz, and there are listed requirements where students could have a practice to maybe experience some QA work. And also we were discovering some QA potentials regarding omitted requirements. And after I close this scenario and create bug report, I get possible issues that this application could have. So this is disabled currently, and if someone noticed these bugs on our web shop application, and the winners of this quiz actually rewarded after JobFAIR by our company. So let's assume I would like to test this application, and I'm working as a QA for this application. And let's say that this part of application needs to be improved. So I will need to do some regression testing on this, and also interview game will be as something new, will be a new feature that we need to provide our QA support for. So that is under development. The first thing when I come to my work and I have in front of me is this sprint board. And I said that this sprint lasts for 2 weeks. Everything that team is working on should should be presented here, transparent and visible to everyone. So at the beginning of our workday, we have daily stand-up meeting when we discuss about these activities we are working on. So as I told you regarding interview game, that is something that we are working on as a new feature. So that is explained over user stories. We have that on our board, and everyone can transparently see here about client requirements and all necessary data for developers, QA, and everyone in the team, what should be developed here, and everything that is that we as a team are working on should be referenced to this user story. For example, there is a bug in this interview game, and what I needed to do is that I have created a new bug ticket for that. So I would like to show you how that bug looks like. So the most basic things that I need to put here is the most simple and best way explained steps to reproduce. So everyone that opens that ticket can easily follow these steps and see and reproduce the bug. Also, expected and actual results are required. Also, I don't have this information now, but that should be the also required to put build version of your application. And if there is anything you need to put in attachment, you could do here. So transparently supported by Azure DevOps. The thing that I'm currently working on, as you can see, I need to create some test cases for this feature. And also, I need to cover regression testing for arcade game part of application. Let's assume there are some upgrades there, and I need to cover that as well. So what I did in Azure DevOps, just to show you this, you can see that I have been working on this, and I finalized this part of work. Okay, let's say I want to execute my regression. And how I will do that, I have test plan created, and I have these 5 test cases for the purpose of this session created there. And if I want to execute these test cases manually, I'm supported by Azure DevOps to do it like this. So manually, and I'm going step by step and verify if it's going as expected. Okay, let's go through this very simple test case and test Bug Hunter application. Okay, log into Bug Hunter arcade game. Okay. Populate email field with proper data. Okay. Do that. Keep name field blank. I already did, and click start. It should prevent me to continue with this game. So my expected result is achieved, so my test is passing. If this test case and or step fails, what I need to do as a QA, I need to create bug for that and add that reference here. But since this test case is passing, I will pass this test case, and that's it. However, we need to always strive for automating these things and save our valuable time during the day. So if I need to run this test case in regression, I totally need to automate it. So for the purpose of this session, I have created small C# Selenium framework, and I automated all of these test cases. I need to mention one important thing here. If you ever work as a QA and even that your part of work is manual, only manual, the very good thing that you can do is to create very simple and the most simple test cases you can, because these are very, very good and suitable for automation and make our life easier when we need to analyze results, when we need to automate it. And also, these could be a lot stable than complicated test cases. So I will now run maybe this. Is this the same test case? 7. Whatever, I will run this test case in automatic way. Yeah, as you can see, it was very quick and easy, and it saved my time. So Azure DevOps allows us to push this framework, our code of test automation framework, to its repositories, and we can execute those test cases there. I want to have this framework there because I want others to participate and help me. Teams could count more people, so everyone should work on this, and everyone need to automate their stuff. So I pushed this test automation framework to JobFAIR repository. Firstly, I created this repository in Azure DevOps, and I just pushed my code here. Once I have created these scripts and I pushed them to this repository, I also needed to make connection between these test scripts and these test cases in our test plan. So what Visual Studio and Azure DevOps allows me to do is let me just delete something here. For example, this test case. As you can see here, it is also associated by these fields. How I do that? It is now not automated, as you can see. So when I go to Visual Studio, I have option, this is test case 8, to associate test case, because I'm connected to this repository over Visual Studio. I can easily connect this, and everything is saved. So when I go to Azure DevOps, everything is up to date even without refreshing it. Okay. But an additional thing that I also needed to implement here, even if I have a repository here, I need to make sure that this application, my test automation framework builds. So I need to use these pipeline support from Azure DevOps. For the purpose of this session, we have this pipeline that we use for building our test automation framework application. You can, that is something as a template generated in Azure DevOps, but you can maybe include others and exclude others tasks here. But I will not go into so many details here. So you can just take it like support for building my application. And other thing that I need to set is these releases pipelines. Since I built my application, I need to tell my Azure DevOps what kind of test cases I want to run, when, in which environment, even do I want to schedule some execution that will be executed automatically. That is that we use these release pipelines where we add. You will see it here. Test run. This simple task that will run our test cases. Also, this is integrated in Azure DevOps as a task, and you can just add it here, searching it and just click add. That's how I made it. So hope this is enough clear for you, but let's see how I execute my test cases in test plan over these pipelines. So I will use maybe whatever this test case, and I will run it in automation way. Let me find my pipeline. It was this one. This is Azure random bug that I cannot find reasons why it's happening, and I cannot report it. But yes, it's happening for them as well. Release pipeline. I need to this one, test on demand. I called it. I gave that name, so I know what to take, and QA test in my test environment. And when I execute this, yeah, my automation script is triggering, and it will be executed in Microsoft agents in Azure DevOps. But we can use these release pipelines to even connect with any remote desktop. And you see, I use this release pipeline, and here I can track my logs about executing my test case. Okay. It takes some time to connect to the agent. Yeah, it's connected. Give me some more minute. Yeah, you can see all logs and information on what is happening behind the scene. Yeah, let's, while waiting this to be executed, I would like to also explain another piece of cake. This is the most amazing thing for me because, for example, with this release pipeline, what I actually did here, I said to my task within my task that pick all test cases from my bug hunter test automation framework DLL, pick all the test cases and execute them, and I'm able to include to enable schedule a regression, so I can always have in the morning fresh results, regression results, before I go to the daily stand-up meeting. So I don't need to do anything. It will be executed automatically, and I will just read my results. Okay, also I can run this manually if I want. And don't need to schedule it. And you will see that it picks my latest build. That was the few days ago. The last build was triggered, and when I click create, all of these test cases will be executed. Okay, agent is preparing, and since I need to wait for this to be connected and executed, I can use maybe another one from today's execution, because I tested this. You'll see that I have all logs, everything, and execution of my test cases, but the most beautiful thing I have here is this. There are no test failures. Okay, I have 5 test cases, all of them passing. If this test case is failing, I will get error message here, and stack trace and all of necessary data I need for analyzing these test results. You can see it here because I had unstable test case here. Yeah. And there is an error message that Selenium unable to locate element on the page. That could be a bug, that could be an unstable test case, or maybe this element locator is changed by developer, who knows. Okay, and just to see my test case that I executed from my test plan, you can see it is green. Only one test case is executed and it passed. And also this time with this release pipeline, my test case is passed here as well. And when I need to send report to my client or managers or whatever, I have this result chart that shows again transparently my test regression results. Okay, I think I took enough time, and I would like to see questions if there are any.
Okay, so yes, we have a few questions. The first one is, what do you recommend as the first step for Q&A? How to start? And during the faculty, we don't really get to know so much technologies that are associated with Q&A. That's the question. And
yeah, that is really tricky today because you don't have any education, but as early you start, you will succeed in it, because I can say what was my experience, because I have heard about QA and also interested in development, and as many of people tried to start as a QA, and at home I was learning, investigating over internet and asking people working in IT what I should learn, what I should read, and I read books, I read everything I could find, and that was seen to be good education material. And then I applied for the job and got the job. Also, today there are so many chances to get some training, free training in our companies around Sarajevo, and you have now online trainings as well. You can participate, and that there are a lot of variations how you can get into this world. And yeah, when I got chance to work as a QA, I just told myself, yes, I can try to be developer, and I even tried, but QA is so many wide, and I can find my satisfaction here. It's very challenging and interesting, and yes, we are significant more than we think. Hope I answered that.
okay, thank you for your answer. So the next one is, what kind of formal knowledge do we need as a candidate for the job when we apply, or for maybe a wintership, summership, or some internship when we apply for it? What kind of knowledge is required?
It depends on the company. Our company wants students from technical areas, but I don't think that is required. That is requirement in all other companies. So you have a lot of courses, and if you have at least a bachelor degree in economy, by the way, you can learn yourself these things. You can study these things. It could be very good catch for you.
Okay, thank you. The next question is, how does a regular day as a Q&A engineer look like when you go to the job? And
yeah, I come to work. I have a daily stand-up meeting with my team. We have I'm working for a client in Sweden, and we have a small team, 2 QAs and 2 Q people, 2 developers and 1 team lead and Scrum Master. He is both, and we are working on developing some features regarding that client initiative. And these developers are from India. We are from system verification, but we are really doing a great job. And it's very interesting to meet people around the globe.
thank you. So the next question is there more responsibility in testing or software developing when we look at from the security side?
No, we are totally responsible, all of us. But if QA cannot change things that we said it's not okay, and the people that make decisions are the most responsible. We are there to say things, warn them, notify them, and that's all we can do. But we cannot make decisions, so the people that are making decisions are the most responsible ones. So even developers are not that much responsible. Yeah, I worked as SQL developer for 6 months, and I don't see so much difference between responsibilities.
Okay, thank you. And the next question is, could you show how the framework you developed looks like, the structure and some important things?
Yes, not sure if that student is from some maybe electrical engineering, computer science, or I'm not sure how deep I should go.
Yeah, maybe she can also write in the chat, but you can start and I will just tell you if she writes anything in the chat.
Yeah, okay, I will use some basics because C# is a program language that I most common with. I use that, but you can use whatever you want. And I also, what I just need here are these NuGet packages that provide me with the features that I need for creating test scripts. So I'm using mostly MS Test. I'm working with these a lot. And also I use Selenium. I used another tool, Ranorex as well, but Selenium is free, open source, and very amazing tool that I don't need anything else.
Sorry, just a second. The presentation is not visible. Just a second.
Sorry. Can you see it now?
You can just continue. It will now become visible.
Yeah, I'm using MS Test and Selenium. Selenium provides me with APIs that I need for locating my elements on the page, and provides me with some features that I need regarding clicking, expanding some things on the page and stuff like that. So, and also MS Test, can you see it now?
Yes, everything is visible now.
Yeah, and MS Test allows me to make my solution recognize this as a test script, and that's all magic that happens here. So that is the main basic things. And when I create this test method, add this test class and test method, I just simply put this method and it is recognized as test. Whatever I do here, open game, I need to have instance of Chrome browser. It's hard to to talk about these things going from top to the bottom. I need to go to the most basic things, and if someone wants, you can contact me over LinkedIn or whatever. I can show you some of these steps if you want, if you're very interested in test automation. It's very beautiful thing to work on.
Okay, thank you very much. While you talked, the person that asked wrote again. She said, "Basic to intermediate. I already worked with automation, some basics, and wanted to see the best practices."
Yeah. What are the best practices? Actually, not that concrete question, but okay. When you have very simple test cases and you want to automate them, use whatever you are common with, and you have a lot of technologies to use. I'm using this, and it's very good thing for as far as I know, and I can not sure in what direction that question is going, because you have a lot of things you can implement, like maybe when you automate stuff, you would like to execute them in parallel way. You want to use Docker technologies. There are so many approaches and things you can use to find the best approach. So.
Okay, thank you. As I see it now, there are no more questions in the chat. So I will use the opportunity to thank you for this great presentation. It was quite awesome to have a look behind the scenes on this topic, and it's really interesting.
It was hard to talk in this silent mode, and because I don't have public here and I don't see faces and eyes, and I cannot know when I can stop talking and revert some things and talk about it again. But if someone wants, I can go take you through this framework because we have 10 more minutes. But your wish, whatever you want.
So if you have the time, maybe it would be useful also for the listeners.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Just a second. Yeah, it should be visible now. Yes, it is.
Okay, let me try it. I didn't prepare for this. Okay, firstly, I created my method that will initialize driver, and I will have the driver instance. You will find a lot of these things over internet, and this is what I have done here. So I initialize driver, and when I want to execute my test cases, I just call this method. So once I start my test cases, this has been run, executed, and my Chrome is getting up. So after that, I'm providing, let's see, the flow. Okay, open game. That is just a method that open bug hunter application. So as you can see here, you need a lot of practice in object-oriented programming. That is a very that is needed approach here. And when bug hunter application method open bug hunter application is called, I have this navigation to URL of Bug Hunter application. This browser is actually just a property of that instance you saw earlier. So I instantiate this browser and I just call it and navigate to the URL. And as every other application, I'm just creating methods and call them over this Chrome browser. Also, it's very good, very interesting thing about Selenium extensions. You can just extend that Selenium with this namespace, and if you create new methods here, it will be just Selenium extended feature, your custom feature you want to call, implement for the purpose of project you are working on. So page object model, yeah, I didn't mention that. I'm using this page object model, and I'm creating class for every page on the application I'm testing, because these are mostly UI tests. I didn't have a chance to show you what API test automation framework looks like. So I'm creating class for every page I will test with in this application, and I create methods specified only for that pages. So I have locator here, and I have methods that works upon these elements on the page. So yeah, I think I should stop.
Okay, thank you very much for those insights. I think it was really helpful.
Okay, I'm here if anything needs some help, and you can contact me over LinkedIn whenever you want. I will be glad to help you if I can.
Okay, thank you. So again, in front of the whole organizing committee of the JobFAIR 20, I want to thank you for your time and the knowledge you shared with us. It was an amazing presentation, and I hope our listeners enjoyed it. And also to all the people who are watching this, also a big thank you, and follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, and see you on the next webinar. Stay healthy.
Thank you.